Is this thing on?
Can everybody hear us? I sure hope so, because we have a lot to talk about.
Welcome to our podcast, Unapologetically Mixed Up. I am Kelly, and this is
Mike.
This is not a one-size-fits-all podcast. We will be discussing multiple different topics, from mental health, marriage,
And don't forget the sports.
animals, and more. There are going to be real, raw, and emotional episodes where we show you our most vulnerable moments. Follow us and our guest on this crazy ride we call life.
And don't forget to follow us on our socials, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and our email address is unapologeticallymixedup@gmail.com. In the garden of life, where the flowers bloom bright, there stand two gentle souls, a comforting sight. With wisdom and grace, they guide us each day, grandparents so dear, in their own special way. So today we're going to talk about our grandparents, as these two ladies over here are laughing at me from my poem. This is not my poem, and ChatGPT came up with it, so...
Mike, it was beautiful.
Wasn't it beautiful?
Yeah.
I think the audience was crying. I mean, I could see everybody crying right now.
I'm crying.
So obviously you can hear Olive is back with us today.
Hello, everybody.
This is what? 4th or 5th episode with you
I think
on the
I
episode?
think half the episodes are with her.
Yeah. She's a pretty popular person.
Yeah.
So,
I have to apologize ahead of time if you hear me coughing. I have a pesky cough. Won't go away. I've had it for 2.5 weeks.
The vid.
It was not the vid.
COVID.
No.
Rona.
All right.
SARS.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, sorry.
Bird flu.
All right. So we will start with Miss Olive.
Oh, no. See, why do you have to start with me?
Because ladies first, always.
How about Kelly, then?
No. You know.
Well, we'll go with you, and then we'll let Miss Kelly go. So, Olive, what were your grandparents like?
Oh, boy.
Grab some tissues if you need it.
I was not prepared for this, you guys. Well, I'll start with my dad's parents. They were... They were good grandparents as far as, like, they did a lot of things with us.
Mm-hmm.
But they never really said, like, I love you, or, like, hugged us. So it was kind of a weird relationship. And I guess that's where my dad kind of got his stuff from, because I can count on one hand how many times my dad hugged me growing up. And now I kind of just, like, force hugs on him. But his dad, my grandpa, passed away in 2013, and he was the first person that I ever lost. And then his mom, my grandma, she's still alive. She's the only grandparent I have left. But we're not very close. I don't really have much else to say about them. I love them,
Okay.
but we just didn't have, like, a super close relationship.
Right.
But it could have been worse. I'm so sorry. My other grandparents, my mom's parents, they were my grams and gramps, and they were my best friends. They were like second parents to me, but really, I'd pick them over my parents any day. Yeah, they were just angels. Absolute angels on this earth. I don't think they, in my opinion, I'm biased, I don't think they ever did anything wrong ever. They were perfect. They were Christians, always in church, always reading the Bible. My grandpa, he preached, and then he led the choir. And my grams, she played the organ. and she would sing and he would sing too. They met in church, I think. Waited until marriage. I don't think they ever said a cuss word. Never had like a drink of alcohol or anything. They were just perfect angels, but they never like pushed their religion on anyone. They were just like there when, like, if you needed them, if you had questions about it, they would talk to you about it, but they were just perfect. They did everything with me. They did everything for me. They're the reason why I have a relationship with God. Yeah, and my Grams was my best friend. She was my soulmate. My Gramps, he passed away in 2014, so the year after my other grandpa. So that was really hard. And then my Grams, she passed away in 2020, not from COVID. She had dementia and then, you know, just kind of went downhill. Yeah. You have any questions?
All right. I would say my on my mom's side, my grandma, she's pretty much the same as not saying I love you.
Yeah.
And I mean, she does give hugs. I mean, we talk on the phone and rarely ever say I love you. Mm-hmm. It's just like goodbye. Mm-hmm. That's pretty much it.
It's awkward.
It is. It's like, well, I want to say I love you, but then when I do say I love you, she doesn't even say it. She just hangs up.
That's how they were.
Yes.
I would say I love you, and then they wouldn't say it back.
Yeah.
So then I would just stop saying it.
Yeah, so my mom's side, my grandma's still alive. Her first husband, grandpa, he passed away in 1995. Never really had a relationship with him because he moved to North Carolina. I did meet him a couple of times. My grandma did remarry. He's very, I don't know, how would you say it?
You don't want me to say.
I mean, he's a good guy. I mean, I don't know how you would call it. He's just like stuck in old ways, you know? That's right? Mm-hmm. I would say. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then on my dad's side, both grandparents are passed away. My grandpa passed away in 2012 of cancer. And then in 2013, my grandma passed away. She was in the nursing home and had a heart attack. Well, she had went to the hospital because she was like dehydrated and everything, and was having, as we say, the squirts.
I had that earlier.
Yeah. So she never really came back home. Oh no, she never did come home. Actually, she was supposed to come home the day of that she had her heart attack and died.
Oh.
Yeah, she was actually supposed to be coming back home. I remember that.
That's awful.
Mm-hmm. And I remember also, go back to my grandfather, when he was first starting to get sick and everything and he was in the hospital. I never really said this to anybody, but this was like in 2010. And I went to the hospital. You know, I was, getting older and not really going over there as much as I used to. And he was in the hospital and, I was dating somebody at the time and not really going over there. And
I already know who it was.
Anyways, what I was saying is I remember him having his the oxygen mask on his face and him saying that he's disappointed in me.
Why?
Because I was always over there all the time. and getting older and doing my own thing and not really going over to their house anymore and not seeing them.
Did he ever reach out to you, though? To have you come over or see you? Because it goes both ways.
Yeah, but still, it's your grandparents. I mean, and plus, I love my grandparents.
It still goes both both ways. If someone wants to see you, they're going to make it happen, right? If they notice you're not coming around, then they should say something. Whether or not it's an older person not saying it or whatever, that's an excuse to me.
Well, then I made it a point to go back over there a lot more. And then Grandpa passed away, and then I was actually a lot more over because, my grandma was alone and she wasn't cooking anymore, and she always bought TV dinners because she wasn't cooking for Grandpa anymore. Mm-hmm. They actually passed away 8 months apart. Yeah. When I was a kid, I was always over at my dad's side because my parents were always working, and when I lived in Akron, we actually lived across the street from them, and I would always get dropped off over there. And I actually remember running away from my house.
Yes, I love this story.
I'm packing my bags and everything. And my dad's like, "Where are you going?" I'm like, "I'm running away." So I storm out the door. Dad calls Grandma. Mike's on his way over. Because literally, right across the street was their house. And that's what I did. Yeah.
Ran away across the street.
So that was your safe place?
Yes, very much so. I loved my grandparents on that side. I'm a big boy. I feel like my grandma's the one that fed me pretty good because she always cooked and always baked, and especially fudge during the Christmas time. Even though I think it was made from that Jet Puff recipe on the back.
He's convinced.
It was like the best.
Because it was made with Grandma's love, that's why.
Of course, yes. And, yeah. I love them. Miss them like hell.
Yeah. I don't think I'll ever be the same.
Yeah.
After losing them.
It's rough. That was like my first real deal with loss. Well, besides, my grandpa really didn't have. I mean, I cried and everything, but when he died in 95. But 2012 and 2013, lost it. Mm-hmm. And I still wish I was going over there, seeing them on the porch, Grandma watching the birds, smoking a cigarette, playing solitaire by herself, Grandpa laying on the futon watching baseball, and their fans when it was hot during the summer.
Ew, did they not have central air? No air conditioning?
Ew.
They did, yes.
They just didn't run it, or?
I mean, they ran it, but just not like how you do like the Tundra. Mm. I mean, they were just like, it's like a one level house.
Ranch?
No basement.
A ranch house.
Ranch. That's what I meant to try to say. The ranch house, yeah.
One level, people.
Yeah,
one level.
Well, we have multiple, so.
Fancy.
We have 2 levels.
We have multiple levels.
We're in a raised ranch, honey.
And I always remember my grandparents, they never slept in the same room. They always had their both separate rooms.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Yep. I'm not sure.
What was that?
I don't know what that noise was.
You have to back the microphone.
Anyways, my grandpa would fart a lot. Like my farts, I fart like my grandpa.
The walking farts? Because you always do that. You're always climbing.
Oh, my gramps had the walking farts.
I remember my cousin and I, I'm sure he probably remembers this story too. We were fighting in the hallway. I can't remember about what, but, we were kids. And Grandpa was laying in bed and just ripped ass so loud. Like, we stopped and just started laughing our asses off. I just remember that. All right. I think that's funny.
Did
Always
he?
going over to Christmases.
Did he have the walking farts in public like you do with me when we're grocery shopping?
No, my grandma did. My grandma had.
Because you're always
walking
clapping to
farts.
the Lord when we're walking down
Yes.
aisles. Swear to God, he
Yes.
does. Like, I'll hear something and I'm like, is he clapping again? And I'll look at him and then I'll just start laughing. And I'm like, you're so fucking embarrassing.
And then
Like,
my
how do they
mom's-
just squeak by?
You know, my mom's mom. She
Oh, yeah, she
has
walks
the
and
walking
farts.
Yeah,
It's
she
bad.
has the walking farts. It's funny.
Man.
I don't have that. I have the walking shits, but that's about it.
Yeah,
I think I'd rather have the walking farts.
always
So
going
would
over
I.
there. Yeah, always going over there to house in Akron for Christmas. We always had Christmas the Sunday before Christmas. We always did it that day when everybody could get together and have
Get
Christmases.
together.
You get together.
And we would have Thanksgivings over there until
and
they
eat
got
grandma's
later.
fudge.
Yes, and eat grandma's fudge. That's for sure.
Get puff bop.
And all of her cookies that she make the cookies with like the Hershey Kisses and the.
Peanut butter blossoms. I'm a slut for those.
It's not peanut butter though. It's Hershey's.
It's a peanut butter blossom. The cookies peanut butter.
Oh, okay. I get you. I don't know what cookies are called.
And then it's lightly sugared, and then when they come fresh out the oven, you plop the kiss down.
Yes.
And it's just
And my grandma would make bread too.
Yum.
That was later in the years. She had one of those little bread machines. It's like just like regular white bread she would make. I don't think she would make anything else.
white bread is disgusting. Unless
White
it's
bread's
like
good. Good
a
and crunchy.
crusty Italian loaf, then I can do that. But if it's just like Schwabels,
Schweibels. Let me get some of that
nickels,
Schweibels.
white bread, ew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would say one of my favorite things to do when I was spending the night over at grandma's, and we would lay on the floor and sleep, and like have
You and your grandma together would lay on the floor?
no,
Oh, okay. I mean, you
like my
gotta like.
cousin or just myself, okay?
I'm not the only one who thought
Grandma, no.
I didn't know we
You're
were
the
talking
only
about
one.
like favorite things. This is why I wanted you to go first. So
Okay,
you
Yeah,
could
well, okay,
guide.
well, if we let
Well, then-
Mike, he'll sit here till next Christmas and talk about his
That's right. I got a
grandparents.
lot of stuff to talk about. And what are those?
You were
the
spending the night
tents?
with your grandma on the floor.
Yeah, like when you sleep in a tent and you have was those sleeping bags? Sleeping bags. Okay. I would have a sleeping
Kelly,
bag,
you
or
have
one
to
of her
stop
Afghans,
looking at me.
or one of her Afghans, mini Afghans that she would make, which
Well,
I
it's
still
an
have.
Afghan.
Where you crochet, and she would crochet.
yeah, okay.
With her yarn, she always had like this big pile of yarn, and she just like,
We have many
was actually-
of grandma's Afghans.
which makes me so mad. That I didn't get it when we were at the house, but when we were cleaning it out, she was actually in the process of making me one before she went into the hospital. She didn't finish it, and I actually wanted to get it, but I didn't.
Where'd it go?
I don't know. I think it was thrown away. But I have many others. Oh, okay. So
I know,
going
they're
back
in that
to
closet.
yes. So going back to what I was saying, sleeping on the floor, and then when it gets to the morning, and the sun's coming up, and you hear the birds chirping. That was just always just like it was like calming. It's just like
Just a happy, peaceful
you know you're
memory.
home. You know, well,
Yeah.
it's not my home, but
Where you feel most
always-
at home.
yes, because I was there a lot. A lot. Yeah. What else can I say? Grandpa, he loved fishing. He loved going fishing. And Grandma would always cook the fish when he got home. Because Grandpa would clean the fish, chop the heads off, descale them. She always made the best bluegill. Oh my God. I could taste it. And have to pick the bones out.
No. Absolutely fucking
Instead of flossing your teeth
no.
with it.
What? Floss your teeth with it.
With the bones?
Yeah, I kept the bones in it. You just have to.
And then you flossed your
around it.
teeth with the bones?
No, I'm just saying. I'm just being funny.
That's keep in mind I have autism, so that's like a nightmare to me.
That would be a nightmare for you.
The thought of eating like my beloved fish sticks and just like plucking a bone out of them, or like going somewhere and getting like lightly battered fish and then just like plucking a bone. Absolutely not.
No. Come here, Bastion.
You could not. Harrison.
Harrison's making an appearance, as always. And my grandparents had a pool. I think it was a 21-foot pool.
Like us?
Like us. Just always going over there in the summer, swimming, having good old times. And I always remember because my grandparents had dogs all the time, and when they would die, they
would put them in the pool?
No, they buried them in the backyard.
I mean, we go from the pool to dogs, so like, I don't know.
I'm just going, all over the place. They would bury the dogs in the backyard, and they would make like tombstones, like a little
pet cemetery.
Yes,
that's horrifying if children live there now.
No, people who actually bought it were the people that lived across the street for their kids. They were like best friends. Like they knew. Like her neighbors off to the left was one of their friends, Miss Alice. Greatest person. She was cool. She would always pop over. She'd be like, "Hi, Michael." I loved it. And she would come over and sit down with them and talk and everything. I'm actually friends with both of them on both of her kids on Facebook. They're a little bit older than me. And then across the street were Jerome. That's who bought their house.
You better call Tyrone. Call
Jerome.
him. Call him.
Call Tyrone.
Call him.
All right.
Call him.
Call him right now.
Call Tyrone.
But yeah, a lot of good memories.
867-5309.
867-530. You know what's a funny thing is? 867. That is an acronym. It's not area code, but it's like the first three numbers. One of the first three numbers. 867. Mm-hmm.
I would give that number out. Like if someone ever asked for my number. 330-867-5309. Call me.
We should call that number. Let's do it right now.
Okay. Oh my God. 330.
Hold on. *67 330
867-5309. See who they actually called instead of me. Oh my God.
If I do this, will the people be able to hear? Yeah. Oh, that's really loud. I hope it's a voicemail. I'm going to leave a totally fucked up voicemail.
Hi, you've reached McCutcheon Insurance Agency. We are unable to take your call right now. Please leave a detailed message.
Yeah, okay, not leaving
It's an insurance company.
Yeah.
Up in Akron.
They're calling an insurance company. What name would you give them?
I don't remember.
So they'd call and be like, "Hi, is Rebecca there?"
It definitely wasn't Rebecca.
I met you at the strip club the other day.
I know, it definitely wasn't at a strip club.
What was that
Insurance
squeal?
agency.
McCrutcheon. McCrutcheon.
So yeah, it's basically some of my memories. Good memories.
Okay, punt it back to me.
All right, so what are some of your good memories or any bad memories do you have of your grandparents?
I have no bad memories of my
Well, that's good.
grandparents at all. They're angels.
Of course.
Good memories. My grams would always scratch my back. I'd stay the night.
She would send us videos. You probably have seen them over the years.
Did I send you
Maybe.
videos?
Multiple times. Every time you were over at Graham's, we always got a video. She would give you the stank ass look if you were walking past her videoing her. Or she'd be sitting on the chair, you'd be on the floor, and she'd be playing with your hair.
Yeah, I'd be like sitting on the floor with my back in between her legs, and she'd play with my hair, scratch my back. But it all started when I'd go over and I'd stay the night on Saturday nights, and we'd play Uno like all night long. All of us. And there'd be a group of some of their friends that would come over. There'd be a huge group of people. We'd all be playing Uno. But if the friends weren't over, it would just be like me and my Gramps that would play, or me and my Grams and Gramps, whatever. But so then they would always like be rehearsing like singing and the organ for the music for the next day at church, because she had an organ in the house.
Can you sing us one of the songs?
No. Majesty. Majesty.
I thought you said no.
Kingdom authority.
I wish I need a tambourine because I could have.
That was always my favorite song. And I'd be like, Gramps, can you play Majesty? Anyways, so yeah, and then I'd be staying the night, and she'd always come and tuck me in before church the next day. She'd come tuck me in, and she'd scratch my back until I fell asleep or until her hands got tired. That was probably my favorite memory with her.
God bless it. I love it.
Yeah.
You have grandma arthritis.
I know. She'd be like, my hands are tired. I'm like, that's okay, Gramps. You don't have to keep going.
Use the other hand.
I'd be like, okay, we'll switch hands then, obviously.
Use your
the
foot.
strong hand.
My favorite memories with my Gramps were like playing Uno. Like these absurd.
No. Would he say that in front of other people?
Yes.
Oh my.
And I'm like, Gramps, you can't say that.
No.
You can't say that.
Oh God.
But he was precious. He was my cute little handsome man. He was a little Russian. And I always said that I would marry him if my Grams didn't. I'd marry him for sure.
Oh.
He was a good man.
Would you have married your grandma?
No. Definitely not.
Ugh, a bad memory. I do have a bad memory. Not like it's a sad memory. After my Gramps passed away, I stayed with my Grams for a little bit because I didn't want her to be alone.
Yeah.
And because they were married for over 60 years. And so I don't remember if I started out, I slept in the bed with her. Mm-hmm. And slept in the bed like a couple nights. And then I moved into like the guest room where I would normally sleep, just to like kind of slowly like separate. So now you don't have someone in the bed with you, but I'm still here if you need me. But I remember the first night that I was sleeping in the other room and I heard her. She was sleeping, but she was like crying and like yelling out for him, yelling his name. And it broke my heart because she was she was sleeping. She wasn't awake. So that was really sad. And then when she got dementia, I remember when she asked me where he was, and then I had to tell her again. Mm-hmm. And I just like went out into the garage and just sobbed. But then I was like, okay, I'm not going to do that again. You know, if she asks me where he is, I'm just going to say, you know, he's not here right now or something, you know, because I'm not going to have her.
Right. Relive it every time.
Relive it, yeah. Over and over again. But yeah. I don't know what else. Their home, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Their home was like my home too. Like it was my safe haven to get away from my house or whatever. And when she passed away, I bought their house. So my husband and I live there now to this day. But
Very nice.
I forced him as soon as like we bought the house. I was like, we need to remodel now. Because I was like, I can't have anything look the same way because I'll lose it.
How long
It's
you been
just-
living there?
Well, we moved in like November, I think, of 2019. We moved into the basement, and we had remodeled the basement a little bit so that we could move in there while she had dementia. So we like took care of her until she passed away. She passed away in August of 2020, and then we stayed living there, and then I bought the house, and the sale was final like December, like right around Christmas of 2020. So
So is there anything else you have to do to the house to make it not look like theirs, or is there still stuff in there?
yeah,
It still looks like it.
the kitchen still looks how it looked when she was there. So, but the kitchen's the most expensive part. So,
Oh yeah.
and then we still have like the super old ceiling fan in the dining room that was theirs. I have a different light to put up, but we can't put it up yet until he finishes painting and like sanding in there. So, we just recently got rid of the, well, that's a lie about the kitchen, because we just recently got rid of the carpet. They had carpet in the kitchen and then carpet in the dining room still. So we just got rid of that and then put down new flooring. But all like the appliances and the cabinets are still the same. So, but I can deal with that.
Yeah, my grandparents had carpet in their kitchen too.
It's
You know,
weird.
it is weird. Going back to what you said about how your grandma would like rub your back and stuff like that. I would always rub my grandma's feet when I was a kid with lotion.
No, with
Yes.
lotion.
Yes. Yes, I would.
That's,
I also did her back too with lotion.
my grams would do my back with lotion.
Yep. Yeah.
That's sweet, Mike.
That's
I
very.
kind of wish there was talks that my dad could have like try to like get him to like buy the house so that we could keep it, but it never happened. So we can keep it in the family.
Yeah. I don't know what we're going to do with it. If we're going to keep it and then stay in it forever, if we're going to keep it and then rent it out and then get another house, or if we'll sell it and get another house, if we'll build our own house. I don't know what we're going to do. I always wanted a bigger house. This is a ranch house.
Is it one floor?
One floor.
Yeah, it's
Or multiple?
It's a one floor house. I've always wanted a multiple floor house. So I don't really know, but the interest rate was incredible when I got it.
Yeah.
So
Same with this house.
Yeah. What was yours?
3.
Yeah, mine was like 2.5. It was like 2.5 or 2.8 or something. 2
Yep.
point something.
And I'll never get that again. So
No.
we also wanted to build. This was not our forever home, and now it is. So I will die
Yeah.
in this house.
Will you really? Mm-hmm. So you decided you're not going to move to South Carolina?
Well, eventually.
No.
But if
I would love to, yes.
if my dad lives to be the age of the tender age that my grandma lived to be, I'll be dead by then. So
How old did your grandma go to?
97.
Wow. Okay, well, how old were your... Let's talk about our grandparents' age. So how old were your grandparents?
I know my grandma was, I think around the, let's see, grandpa was born in 33, died in 2012, so he was what, 79,
Okay.
I think, yeah, 79. And then my grandma was 77 when she passed away. How about yours?
My gramps was 92. My grams was 93. My grandma that's still alive, I want to say just turned 93. And my grandpa, I want to say he passed away in his 80s, but I don't know how old he was.
Yeah, my grandma that's still alive, she just turned 83 because I'll be 43 this week.
When?
The 27th.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to ya. My headphones are going off.
Woo woo.
Good old 43.
God, you're
Yeah.
old.
Noise?
I got 1 foot in the grave.
Yeah, so that's the problem. My grandparents lived to be forever years old, and I don't want that.
You don't want to live into your 90s?
No. Do you?
Yeah. That ain't going to
No.
happen, but
I say 69 is the cutoff. Just because I
dang, I
want...
only got 26 years left.
Yeah, that sounds like that's a nightmare. I don't even want to live that long, but I just want to live and be like 69.
Checking out.
Turn 69, just kill me.
I don't think you picked up on it, but that's okay.
69, because it was a good year. 69?
No,
86.
she's still
I don't know.
69.
Yes.
The sex position?
Yes, that's why I just said.
You just said the year.
Yes,
69.
because people, whenever they hear 69, they're like, oh, that was a good year.
Oh, that's true.
I know.
It's like that meme.
That too. Woodstock. But no,
Yeah,
I just want to be sexually inappropriate and be like, yeah, I'm 69.
I just want to be old enough, and I want to pretend like I'm senile, and I just want to like drop my pants and take a shit in a fake potted plant.
Pretend you're senile?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'll.
She'd do that right now, anyways.
I would if I could get away with it, but you can get away with that stuff more if you're old. Because like if I do it and I'm there with like Mike or you or whatever, you can just be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. She has like the start of dementia. She thought that was a toilet."
No, I'm going to be like, no, I don't even know this person. Just walk away.
Then I'll continue to shit in my hand and fling it at you.
Oh my god.
God, you're so gross.
I'll cup it like I cup my farts.
And then
You
smell
cup?
it.
What do you mean you cup your farts?
She'll fart and then put her hand into a cup form and go like this. Waft it up so she can smell her own shit. And she's dying over here. It's a true story.
Why do you
She'll
do
sit in the
that?
car and she'll lean over and make the cup and go. Or she'll fart and then come up here. Right between her legs. Where her hoo-ha is. It's a true story. So now everybody likes to know you smelling your own shit.
Kelly, why do you do that?
I don't.
It's a sick obsession.
She said
I do not. You're disgusting.
I'm disgusting. Who's the one that cups their farts and smells it? Or you'll try to cup it and then waft it over to me. Here, smell my shit. Not to be graphic, anybody.
That is correct, though. I will fart and then cup it and try to throw it at you.
True stopper. True
Yes.
story, everybody. I am not making that up. I wish I was.
And then I'll ask him, do you want to smell it? I'm going to throw
Always.
up. Oh, God. Wow, okay.
How do we go from grandparents to smelling farts?
your sweet,
that's what she
sweet
likes to-
poem.
Oh, yeah.
And Kelly always has to take it to another level.
I mean, you just told everybody what I do. I didn't
I mean,
share.
you say everything about what you do. I like to smell my insides.
Oh,
That's on a previous episode.
yeah. You
So-
told somebody
so-
that you used to work with. And he was like a teenager.
And now he's in jail.
Oh my God.
Because he's a pedophile.
Because he's a pedophile.
Got locked up for like 12, 15 years or something.
I think so.
Yeah.
Man. Well, he's where he deserves to be.
But now it's kind of like, you know, Mike told
So
him that I
weird.
asked Mike all the time, do you want to smell my insides?
I did.
I think it's part of the tism. I'm just going to blame it on that. I'm
We'll just blame
autistic.
everything on her autism.
That's crazy, Kelly.
So, you got any stories or anything you want to say? Miss Kelly?
I mean, I didn't have a relationship like you guys did with my grandparents. Neither of my grandpas I ever met because they died before I was born. No, Dad's dad died. I think my mom's dad saw me once, but I mean, like I was an infant, like just straight out the vag. So then he died, and then the grandma on my dad's side lived to be 97. And then my other grandma, my mom's mom, just died in 2021. And I think she was like in her early 90s, maybe. But I didn't really have a relationship with her. My mom used to feed her like a bunch of lies and stuff. I was kind of like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I went down there that one summer.
Oh, this is the Florida?
Yes, yes. I went down there the one summer. Like, they didn't tell my one uncle that I now talk to. And it was, I don't know. It was weird. It was kind of chaotic. And never went again. And then she ended up moving back to the motherland. And that's where she died.
To the motherland?
She was
That's what she always
Hungarian.
says, the motherland. Like,
She wanted
she's
to
like an
die in
alien.
Hungary, in Budapest. And that's where she went. And she died in the motherland. And then, so my other grandma, my dad's mom, you know, my dad was a single father, obviously. And she would watch me. But I didn't have that relationship that you guys had at all. Like, I always felt like I was a burden, that she didn't love me, that I was a nuisance, I was in the way.
That's so sad.
Yeah.
I was very excited when it got to the point where I didn't have to be watched by her and I could just go home. Because I didn't have that relationship. But on the flip side, I saw her have that relationship with,
One of your cousins, right?
yeah.
Really?
3 of my cousins. Not so much the girl, but the 2 boys. But that's because their father was the baby of the family. And she thought the world of him and his offspring. So they were the bee's knees. Everybody else was dead to her, in my eyes.
Huh.
Like, she never told me she loved me. The hugs were very awkward. She did not like when I cried. I don't know. She basically would feed me and put me in front of the TV. So I didn't have that loving relationship. She did make bomb-ass food, though, and bomb-ass desserts, I will say that.
At least there's that.
Yeah.
Did you want the relationship?
No, I don't, like, back then, I don't know. I mean, back then, I was just, like, a fucked up kid. I was just lost. You know what I mean? Just kind of, like, there. But now, like, looking back on it, like, I am jealous of, like, the relationships, like, especially you. Like, when you would send those videos, I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
Like, I wish I would have had that. Like, 2 totally different fucking worlds we
Yeah.
have come from.
Yeah.
And one of our mutual friends has said that about, like, my childhood and stuff. Like, we had 2 totally different childhoods. So, now that I'm older, yeah, I would have loved to have had that. But,
Right.
What about your mom's mom?
you know, like, I had fun with her when I went down there. But one of my mom's brothers, not the uncle that I talk to now, lived with her. And, how do I put this nicely? He has a lot of mental health issues that he's never addressed because everybody else is the issue. He's one of those. So he made it weird when I was down there. because he was at the tender age of like, I'd say 40s, maybe early 40s, late 30s. And he threw like 2-year-old tantrums. Legit. And it would scare the fuck out of me. And she always told, like, when I when I lived there for that summer, I would sleep in her bed and she would sleep on the couch. And I told her I wasn't okay with that. And she was like, no, I want you in that room and you lock the door every single time you go to bed. Which I didn't think was weird then. But now looking back on it, I'm like,
Because she knew.
that's fucking weird.
What were the 2-year-old tantrums?
Like if me and her were going to go somewhere after she was done working, because she was a house cleaner for like the rich and the elite. So she did like light housekeeping. And so I was able to go with her to work, and I would just like hang out in the house while she cleaned. And the owners were like never there, because, you know, these were like rich people. So they were probably like, I don't know, sunbathing or golfing. I don't know, fucking know.
On their yacht somewhere.
Right. So, and if we went to the beach after or went to go hang out with one of her friends that I became close to down there, he would like have a shit fit about it. The one time he found out that we were meeting up with his other brother, and we were going to go like hang out with him and this girl that he was with and her kids and blah, 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 and go to the beach and have like a picnic. He like flipped the fuck out. I didn't like some of the dishes that she would make. Like one time she made duck.
Ew.
I tried it. And I spit
That's
it right
surprising.
back up. I spit it right back up. Because she told me it was a Hungarian dish. And I do like some Hungarian dishes. And so I was excited to try it. And yeah, never again. I'd rather spoon my eyes out. Okay. And because I didn't want to eat that, she was like, well, what would you like me to make you? And I was like, I can just go make a sandwich. Because mind you, I was like 7th grade going into 8th grade. So I was like 12, 13 or so, probably 12. And, he just like lost his ever loving mind because I would not eat this greasy, charred black duck. I can still picture it. I can still picture the kitchen. She served it on a platter, and it was just there. Nope.
So what were some of your favorite Hungarian dishes?
Oh, God. I can't. Oh, my God. That scared the shit out of me. It was Harrison. Fucking creeper. Chicken, and I'm going to butcher these names.
Paprikash.
What is it?
Paprikash.
Paprikash. Crumpdelish.
Delicious.
Creme brulee.
Creme brulee. No, it's like crumplish tastings or something. I don't fucking know.
What is that?
But it's that layered dessert. It's that layered casserole thing I want to make you. And so it's like a layer, like you slice potatoes like you would for home fries, and you cook the potato for a little bit prior, but not till it's mushy. Okay. And then you slice it up, thin slices or thick, it doesn't matter. You put that layer down. Hard-boiled eggs. You slice those.
Lost me there.
Yeah, me eggs.
And then you layer those, and then you layer whatever meat. So, like, there's this type of Hungarian sausage that a lot of people use. I don't like it, but you could use, like, any type of sausage or ham. You just can't put, like, crumbled sausage or crumbled ground beef because it wouldn't make sense. And then you just keep layering with, like, cheese and, like, sour cream.
Ooh, that sounds really good.
And it is very fattening and, like, diabetic coma, but it's very good. And then your seasonings, obviously, paprika, salt, pepper, all of that stuff. But it
sounds good minus the egg.
It's very fucking good.
It's all good with cheese.
And then she would make homemade strudel, apple and cherry. My mom would make that too, homemade. The dough, everything. My mom would use actual cherries and pit them. And then the apples she would like core out and skin and slice. She did all of it homemade. I do remember that.
Impressive.
It takes a long time to make when you do all that stuff homemade.
I would imagine.
I would say one of my favorite things my grandma made on my dad's side was chili. I loved her chili. I can taste it now.
What are you shaking your head about?
Like, who just says my favorite meal would be chili? Like, what?
Maybe he
What?
really liked the chili. It was
Yes,
good.
it was really good.
Whose chili's better? Mine or hers?
Grandma's.
Oh.
Burn.
Got her.
What did you just do? Did you do the middle finger blow?
No, I didn't. Yep, here we go.
Did you do it?
No, I just like, I'm on fire. You're setting me on fire right now.
Oh.
Yep. So what she just did right there is when she gets mad at me or something, she'll put her hand in a fist right up to her mouth.
Such a child.
And then she'll go like, and then put her middle finger up like she's like blowing it up.
You're
And then
such
and then like put her, and then shit.
And then I'll shit everywhere.
True story. And then she'll like put her head to the side and go.
Speaking of shitting everywhere, I've actually never shit in the bed, unlike you.
Okay, well that was okay.
Just
So
saying.
any other? How about what was your grandparents' favorite meals that you can remember?
Well,
if
my
any?
Gramps never cooked. My Grams would
Yeah.
always cook, but my family always talked about him making potato pancakes, which was a Russian dish. I've never
Yeah.
had his, but my mom recently made some like from his recipe, and they're delicious. I've also had them at like Russian festivals and stuff. They're very good. You like get it together, all of you. Put them with sour cream. They're really good.
Oh God, I love sour
Never
cream.
had potato pancakes.
They're good. And then my Grams, I can't remember like a specific dish that I was like, yeah, this is my favorite of hers. I just remember that we would always make like some form of pasta, and I always as a kid wanted like the bow tie noodles. They were my favorite, and we would always make crescent rolls together, and her and I loved crescent rolls. So I like anytime I make spaghetti to this day, I always get crescent rolls. I do remember that she would make me like a grilled cheese, like these cheese sandwiches with this Guggisberg baby Swiss. And it became my favorite cheese, and it's still my favorite cheese today.
I love that cheese.
It's so good. It's so good. But I don't remember other stuff that she would make. I think, as she got older, she didn't cook as much. And then especially after losing my Gramps, she didn't cook as much.
Yeah.
So I was always jealous of the rest of my family because they had more time with her. And they knew her and my Gramps when they were a little bit younger. My Gramps, he ended up having like heart failure, and he had to have heart surgery. And after that, they always said like he was a little bit different, like he wasn't as like lively, and he was always like a jokester. And so I don't really remember him before that because
Right.
I was too young. So I'm very jealous of my family because they got more things with them and from them, I guess,
Yeah.
than I did at times. So
Going back to food, I know my grandpa would always make nachos. Always liked his nachos. Even though it was just the chips and cheese. I think he would just do jalapenos as well because he loved hot stuff. And he would always have those hot peppers that are in a jar. And it was so crunchy. I just remember those as well. And I remember him having a keg in the fridge. He had his own fridge. And he had a big old keg in there.
It's fantastic.
Yes. My grandparents, they had what? 1, 2, 3. They had 3 fridges because they had the one in the garage for meat.
That's disgusting.
Of course it is.
Just one refrigerator dedicated to meat.
Yep.
This is our meat locker. Can we have 3 refrigerators
Where are we going to put the other one?
in the garage?
We got one there. We don't need another one.
That's the dryer.
If you guys hear that jingle in the background.
Is there any way to turn that off? Like to make it not sing?
There would have
Probably.
to be.
You probably do it on the app or something.
Down, baby.
What else? Remember my grandma always eating butter pecan ice cream. The old people ice cream.
I love me some butter pecan. I like pecans. Salty. Yes.
My grams always ate that Neapolitan. Is that what it is?
Oh, yeah.
yes.
It's like vanilla, strawberry, and chocolate.
Yes.
Gross.
Yum.
No.
I love it.
That's
Ew.
good.
So good.
No.
Yep.
No, thank you.
So good. That and butter pecan. Salty nuts. I like them.
Salty nuts?
Like your nuts salty?
I do. Do you?
Do you like them sweaty
yeah,
too?
I definitely do.
You're so gross. Ew.
But not sweaty.
Sweaty nuts.
You're filthy.
With a little bit of cheese.
Are yours cheesy today?
Ew.
Actually,
Ew.
no.
What?
The dick
No.
cheese.
Oh my god, have you guys
today.
seen those videos on TikTok where they clear out the horses?
No, and I don't want to. Kelly, you send me the most disgusting and weird videos
Yes.
on TikTok. And I think you think they're hilarious.
They are.
And to me, they're not.
They
I don't think
are.
they're funny. I don't
Some
even,
of them are
I don't
funny,
even watch them.
And some of them are vile.
I can't watch them.
That's okay, I'll keep sending them.
I don't want them.
I have to keep sending them.
Don't.
I can't
Send
stop.
it to Mike.
I do. Wait, back to the horse thing. You guys have never seen that? There's actual people that, I don't know if it's a degree or whatever, because I know I wouldn't go to school for this, but they go around to farms where horses are, and they have to go up into the horse's
Peen.
sheath thing and
She thing?
clean out the smegma.
Oh, God.
It is foul.
You said smegma.
Yes, but Mike, what did you send me yesterday that you made me watch after we left Menards that you cackled all the way up Faircrest?
What is it? The poop soup?
Cow dung soup.
Oh yeah, cow dung soup.
What is that?
It's cow dung
it's-
soup.
What is that?
They take the intestines, and then they're grass fed. I think they said it was.
So there's grass in the
There's grass
intestines.
inside the intestines, and then they put it in water, and then it turns green, and they call it like a green tea.
I think I'm
That's
actually
what
going to
they-
throw up. And you eat it. It's soup?
It's a delicacy in.
No, it's not.
Yes.
Yes, it's a delicacy
You wanna
overseas.
see the video?
No, I really don't. And that's why I'm saying this right now. I want you to stop sending me this stuff.
Absolutely not. Now I'm going to
It's not
send
going
you
to
that
happen.
video.
It's now, since you said that, it's just going to intensify.
Intestine pie.
Oh my god, I think I'm stroking out. I still can't talk. Intensify.
Are there certain words that you guys can't
That's
say?
all, folks. Sometimes.
Like what?
Intensify, obviously,
How
for
about-
him.
When I was a kid, how about chimney? I always say like chimbly.
Chimney.
Chimney.
Where's the B? I can't
I don't know, I couldn't say it.
horseradish.
Worcestershire sauce.
Horseradish.
Horseradish.
Horsey sauce.
Horsey.
Horseradish. I can't.
Horseradish. I don't know. Shredded
Hor?
horse. Rain, rain, go away.
That's what all my haters say. My pocket's stuck on overload. My rain never evaporates. No need to elaborate. Exaggerate, because I'm going to get money every day stunting.
Cow dung soup.
So we like completely went off track. So let's try to veer
We
back.
always do.
So
I mean, I just think that we've all heard the story about your grandma and grandpa. I know you could talk. Mike, you could have a whole fucking podcast dedicated to them.
I could too.
I could.
That's why I have to stop
There's
myself.
so many memories.
Because they're my favorite
I always
people ever.
remember getting money for my birthday. $25. Every year.
And what did you spend it on?
Oh, fuck if I know.
Jet Puff marshmallow?
Probably or candy. Or some kind of toy.
Return of the Mac.
Return,
What is that?
Return of the
Return
Mac.
Mac?
You don't know?
No.
You know that song.
No.
Siri, Alexa? Who is it? Which
It's
phone do you
Alexa.
have?
Alexa, play Return of the Mac.
Here's Return of the Mac, C and J Street Mix by Mark Morrison
Copyright,
on Amazon Music.
Alexa, off.
No! Alexa, play Return of the Mac.
We'll play a
Here's
second
Return
of
of the
it.
Mac, C and J Street Mix by Mark Morrison on Amazon Music.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know this song.
Return of the Mac.
We do not own the rights to the song.
Sponsor us. Alexa off.
That was a
So
vibe.
that was a little bit
It
of jam
was.
there.
I could have kept going.
Could you
All
have?
day. Return of the Mac.
Are you
Does anybody,
farting?
anybody else got any other stories about grandmas, grandpas, step grandfathers?
I have many stories, but
I'm trying to think of another one.
I'm really tired. I feel like we were poisoned.
poisoned. You made the food.
You made the food.
I know.
The vegetable pizza and pasta salad.
That's so disgusting, Kelly. You did not send me that menu.
Yeah, I did.
I want it.
I told you I was
I'm
going to
not
send
gonna
it.
watch it.
You don't have to. You at least saw the thumbnail
So
of
I
it.
think we'll
And that was the
wrap
poo.
it up here, people. So it was good talking to everybody. Again,
will you
we
wrap
haven't
me up and
recorded.
rip the paper off?
What?
Will you?
Rip the paper off of what?
I'm going to wrap myself up for your birthday this week. And that's your present.
Oh, okay.
And you're going to rip the paper off. And ta-da.
Because you're the gift.
I am the gift. I'm always the gift. Look at this.
Yeah, if anybody out there want to wish me a happy birthday, June 27th is my birthday.
The big 4-3.
Big photo thing.
Look at
And she's spanking her butt.
Michael's going to get 73 spankings.
73. I only need 43.
No, I mean, you're pretty
I need
old.
30 more. You're old.
So are we going
I
to go
feel
swimming?
Yeah. I'm going to go rake those
so
rocks.
we are going to...
And then I'm going to go fling my fat ass in that pool.
All right, so we are
While
going
you're
to...
raking rocks, I'm going to be just in the pool.
That's fine.
All right, everybody. It was good talking to everybody. It's been a while since we've actually recorded. It's been actually 2 months.
Yeah.
A little over 2 months.
A lot going on.
All right.
lot.
Everybody,
Do you wanna-
don't forget to follow us on our
Follow us on our follow.
Are you you're not going to read another poem?
And
No.
a goodbye
Here,
poem.
Yeah,
Roses are red,
Let's lead.
violets
And
are
this-
blue.
End this note, this episode
Grandma
on
and
another
Grandpa.
Grandma
never
and
know
Grandpa.
how
Me.
much we love you. And
Even though
miss
you didn't love me.
Here we go. I got
And you
this one.
don't miss me.
All right, we will end this
Sorry.
episode with this poem. With cookies and cuddles.
Oh, no.
With smiles
No,
and
no.
cheer. They brighten our days, make burdens less severe. Their hearts are a treasure, a bottomless sea filled with affection for you and for me.
Oh,
And don't forget to follow us on our socials: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Reddit, YouTube. We're on YouTube as well, people.
And actually, me and Miguel Sanchez, Hector Hernandez over here, we are going to be
going on tour.
I wish.
We're going on tour,
We're
people.
going to be upping our social media.
What do you
Yes,
mean?
more,
Yeah. 'Cause
more of a presence.
Yeah, more of a presence.
Like how?
I'm not really sure yet. I got some ideas for TikTok.
Okay.
Yeah.
And our email address is unapologeticallymixedup@gmail.com. Toodaloo!
Tulu, motherfuckers.
Motherfucker!
mother sucker.
What do I hit?
Bye. Bye.